Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video I thought we'd take a look at another tank, and this one is called the TWA-07 Archer Mobile Gun System, which is this lovely thing right here. It utilizes 3 different mods to give it that great look, and it is a lot of fun to shoot different things with. Pressing F10 and finding the Archer in the spawn menu, this thing is only 690 small blocks using the decorative block number 2 DLC pack, and of course the 3 mods that are listed on the workshop page. Coming out of that, we're going to have a brief look around the outside because it is generally covered up with modded blocks. Then we're going to go and shoot a few things that are spawned in this world. So at the very front we got a bunch of armoured plates which are from one of the mod packs, which is just covering up our traditional blocks and giving it some more protection. Behind these raised blocks right here we got one of a few cameras, one that sits here, 2 on either side of the barrel, and 1 centralised camera up there. As we move around to the side we can see our traditional armour blocks right there. Then we got this raised out part, which is just covering up our wheels. It adds a nice bit of detail on there and makes it look more like a tank, and it gives the wheels a lot more protection. There we go, we can just keep moving around the side where we can see some more armoured plate mods. And as we move across past our gun barrel that we'll come back to a bit later, we come to the very back of our tank, which uses 2 barrel props on the very back for some decoration, and then we have this little circular thing with a small ejector. As you can see, we've got 2 little shells sitting around the ground because when we fire it, they are going to get ejected out the back for a little bit of extra detail, and it is quite satisfying to see it come flying out. As we come up to the actual turret itself, we can see even more of the modded blocks. Coming around to here, we've got some more raised out parts, which do look bloody fantastic. And as we come all the way around to the main part of the turret, there's all our cameras, and there is where the barrel sticks out and goes all the way along. But what's come down and underneath, there is still a bit of detail which you wouldn't normally see. So that's how the wheels have all been connected up, that is how the main body has been done, and yes, it's a very, very nice looking tank, very small, very easy to build if you wanted to have mods in your world, and it is very satisfying. So this tank features one little bit of detail that is very easy to miss. If I was just to come all the way to the very tippy top with my character, there is a secret thing hidden away inside this turret. So if I was just to remove all these blocks here, we'll then reveal the loading mechanic, which is this thing right here. So if I put my character into the tank, and then bring the camera all the way over to here, fire it, then thanks to the sandbox, it's going to manually reload the cannon and then lift up that little bit right there. So that is using a conveyor hinge mod. In fact, I'll try and get a better view at it. So if I come like that and then fire it, it will fold down, reload the cannon, and then once it's finished reloading, it lifts itself back up. So it's almost like a fully automatic loading system where you're not just plainly connected up to the cannon. So there is that, just hidden away in the turret. So getting into my character, let's go in and actually play around with this tank. So in here we've got a little mail slot like most tanks do, which can be a bit awkward to get into the seat without a crosshair on. I did have it right there, but I will just keep spamming F and I might get into it. There we are. And we've got 1 tab of things to play with. So it's not like a traditional weapon where you can mouse click and shoot. That has all been locked. We are using timer blocks to fire this thing. So starting in reverse order, what do we have on our toolbar? Well, number 9 is our hydrogen tank, on and off. Number 8 is our hydrogen engine, on and off. Number 7 is for our connector to lock or unlock it. Number 6, 5, 4 and 3 are for our cameras. So number 6 will be to view right below our cannon barrel. Number 5 will be to view straight above the cannon barrel, and number 4 and 3 will be for the left and the right of the cannon barrel. And then number 2 and number 1 is for our cannon to fire it. Number 2 is to fire it without brakes. So what this means is when you fire it, you're going to get pushed back and it'll take a while before it comes to a stop. There we go. Number 1 will be to fire it with a brake. So if you fire it, you only go a short distance backwards. Now, if we were to put the parking brake on, this is where things get a little bit weird with this mod. So the parking brake on and firing the one we just did, which is the one with the brakes built in, we do the exact same thing. If we were to fire now the one which has no brakes, the one which just made us roll backwards continuously into a pressed P, we just sit on the spot and tilt up a bit. So there is that. But now it's time to drive this thing around and see how it handles. So going forwards, it's basically like any old vehicle. We can switch on number 8 to have some more power in there, so we were maxing it out. And we can see our shells just come flying out the back. We can fire it while moving, and then we get the little shell get ejected out. Yes, it handles like a regular vehicle, and those little armor plates on the side don't hinder it whatsoever. Now it's time to get into the camera and start shooting things. So I'm going to shoot my poor little rover over here, see if we can get rid of one of the wheels. There we go. It didn't do too much damage. I'm now going to aim for the blocks right there and see what kind of damage we have done. Not too much. It doesn't seem to do that much damage, to the point that I'm going to get out and find myself a welding tool just to measure how much damage that thing did. So for a large wheel, it only did about 50% of the block. And for the light armor blocks, it didn't really do too much. But there is a large cargo container over there, which I'm going to try and blast. So there's the large cargo container that was on 100% health. We're going to fire it. There we go. That was a nice lot of damage. I'm just going to hop out and see how much damage we actually did to it. So we took it below the functional rate, but it wasn't too much damage. That is probably one of the most balanced cannons I think I have ever seen. So, yes, well done to the mod creator for that. Now we can just turn around here and come in and find where I put my flying vessel. There it is. So we're just going to blast that, see how much damage it can do to a gun. So there we are. Just going to fire it. There is quite a substantial drop-off on this. It's not a laser beam like some cannons are. Yes, it is quite a neat little cannon. And then trying again just to hit that turret. What do we get? Bullseye. Very nice. It seems like one shot will disable pretty much anything, but it is substantially weaker than some of the other stuff I've shown on this channel. But as for the tank itself, it is a lovely little thing to play around with, especially if you're going to fight other players, because it's not too strong with its cannon, and it is quite armoured. So if I was to paste in a new one, say over there, just going to drop you like that, and then get into this, and then just drive it around over to this and fire it into it, we shouldn't do too much damage. So there it is, point blank. Let's go for the turret. And there we go. It makes for a great PvP tank. But one thing I did miss out before I end this video is of course the interior view, where we simply have 2 programmable blocks on our left and our right, and nothing much else. So if you're looking to set up a small little PvP arena which involves tanks, then this is going to be the one for you. They're very balanced. It'll take a while before you can actually disable one completely, which could lead to a nice long battle. But as for that, that is basically it for the Archer mobile gun system. It's a fantastic little tank, and it'll be in the description below if you do want to play around with it yourself. But that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.